Due to a severe drought, river levels have dropped to an unprecedented low. When engineers descended to inspect the old bridge piers, they encountered massive stone blocks that do not exist in modern records. According to claims, this was the first trace of a civilization outside of our known history. Perfect statues and ornate carvings were found 30 meters underwater, at a depth where no human eye was ever meant to see them. It is claimed that when these structures were built, there was no water there. These places were once open-air public squares. The foundations of bridges, which official records claim were built in the 1800s, descend to depths unreachable by the technology of that era. The claim is that we didn't build these bridges, we simply added new roads on top of them. Giant gears and metal components were spotted deep in the riverbeds. According to claims, these were not bridge piers, but massive water-powered generators from the ancient world. The initial reports prepared by engineers were suddenly seized under the pretext of national security. It is claimed that if the truth beneath the water were known by the public, every history book would have to be thrown away. According to claims, a global catastrophe known as the mud flood occurred in the mid-1800s, burying these massive structures under meters of earth and water. Researchers suggest that many of what we call rivers today are actually old city valleys that were submerged after the disaster. The bridges we use now were merely the uppermost sections of grand buildings that once stood in those valleys, repurposed by the survivors. It is claimed that the Tartarian Empire, a massive power allegedly erased from our maps, possessed an energy grid that spanned continents. These generator-like structures beneath the rivers might have been the foundation stones of wireless energy transmission towers. Researchers claim that modern history was intentionally rewritten to make us forget this global powerhouse. The theory suggests that the ornate metal poles and lamps atop old bridges were not for lighting, but for collecting free atmospheric electricity. The massive structures beneath the rivers acted as giant batteries or grounding systems. When the floods came, the system short-circuited, plunging the world into historical darkness. From the Mississippi to the Danube, the same architectural style has been found in bridge foundations across the globe. According to claims, this is proof of a global civilization. How could societies separated by thousands of miles use the same impossible deep foundation techniques unless they were part of a single, unified empire? Just before the waters rose again, independent researchers allegedly managed to enter restricted zones. Their photos supposedly show stones joined with microscopic precision without any mortar. While official historians call these natural formations, the claims insist they are products of highly advanced technology. It is claimed that during the drought, researchers used sensitive acoustic devices to measure the areas around the massive columns. According to these claims, a low-frequency hum, an infrasonic vibration, is emanating from the deepest points of the foundations. Some theorists suggest these structures are parts of a massive energy grid that is still operating in a passive mode, interacting with the Earth's magnetic field. In old library archives, maps that are officially labeled as fictional show that these bridges were actually gateways to massive underground tunnel systems. The claim is that the riverbed foundations were built to protect continent-spanning tunnels. Some of the arches seen during the drought are allegedly sealed ventilation shafts for this forgotten world. The theory claims that the massive bases of European bridges are not bridge supports at all, but the roofs of grand cathedrals from the pre-mud flood era. It is argued that when the Great Flood submerged these cities, only the highest towers and roofs remained visible, which were then converted into bridges by later civilizations. The stones in the riverbeds often weigh hundreds of tons and are placed with millimetric precision. Since modern cranes would struggle with such loads, some claim this is evidence of superhuman strength or giant-scale technology. These bridges, the theory suggests, were part of infrastructure built for beings much larger than us. One of the most shocking claims is the discovery of vitrified stone, rock that has turned to glass due to extreme heat, at the base of bridge foundations. Some believe this is a trace of a global nuclear disaster or plasma weapons used just centuries ago to destroy the Tartarian civilization before the Great Flood buried the evidence in mud. It is claimed that early 19th century photographs showed complex mechanisms in dry riverbeds, but these photos were systematically deleted from government archives. Claims suggest that leaked copies show giant propellers, copper wiring, and crystal lenses beneath the bridges, proving the existence of a sophisticated water-based technology. Some argue that global dam projects are not for energy or water storage, but to permanently bury forbidden technologies beneath the water. When Tartarian ruins become visible during droughts, the claim is that river flows are redirected or dams are built to submerge these sites once again, keeping the public from the truth. According to claims, vertical shafts resembling elevator banks exist deep inside bridge piers. These shafts allegedly lead to smart underground cities far below the riverbeds. It is rumored that during the drought, special teams quickly welded steel plates over these entrances to prevent anyone from discovering the world below. People living near old bridges have reportedly heard a rhythmic pulse coming from the foundations at night. The theory suggests these sounds come from ancient generators that are still self-charging. Researchers claim these pulses are a form of data transmission between submerged systems that are still alive. It is claimed that oddly shaped stones pulled from riverbeds are actually fossilized technological devices. Over centuries, high silica water allegedly turned metal components into stone. What museums call ancient stone tools are, according to this theory, actually petrified motherboards and energy cells from the Tartarian era. Many old bridges are claimed to be extensions of star forts. The theory suggests that rivers were artificially channeled to provide energy for these geometric cities. The bridge piers acted as frequency regulators. When viewed from above, the layout looks like a massive circuit board designed for a hydroelectric empire. Drone pilots have allegedly reported severe magnetic interference when flying over old bridges. The claim is that the mysterious metal alloys in the foundations still generate an active magnetic field. In the Old World, these might have served as electromagnetic rails for flying vessels, guiding them across the landscape. During droughts, some claim to have seen shiny metallic surfaces beneath the silt on foundation stones. It is alleged that these were once plated in gold, the best conductor, to transmit electricity with zero loss. After the Great Reset, these conductors were supposedly stripped or covered in grime to hide their function. Unlike natural floods, some believe the submerging of these cities was caused by a high-tech weapon. The claim is that the atmospheric energy grid was sabotaged, causing a global collapse of the water cycle and an artificial flood. The ornate decorations 50 meters down are the silent witnesses of a civilization drowned in seconds. Whistleblowers on dark web forums claim to be part of crypto-archaeology units. Their job, allegedly, is to retrieve or destroy out-of-place artifacts during droughts before the public can see them. They claim bridge piers contain hidden safes filled with ancient high-capacity data storage devices. Some researchers claim these structures were used to change the molecular structure of water. By passing through specific geometric forms in the foundations, the water was charged with healing frequencies. The theory suggests this kept the population healthy and conscious, a system replaced today by stagnant, low-frequency water. It is claimed that old bridges are perfectly aligned with ley lines, the Earth's natural energy veins. By placing bridges at these powerful points, the river water acted as a turbine, generating limitless energy without fuel. Modern engineers call these choices structural, but the claims suggest a much deeper esoteric purpose. Software developers have allegedly used AI to simulate the original forms of the ruins found during droughts. The results show that these were not bridges, but crystal towers and energy hubs kilometers high. We are, according to the claim, merely walking on the roofs of a giant, submerged skyscraper world. Rumors speak of mysterious groups that appear around old bridges during droughts, keeping people away without any official badge. These guardians are allegedly sworn to protect the ancient technology from falling into the wrong hands, ensuring the secret of the old world remains underwater. The final claim of the series suggests that the world is entering a new cycle, and the waters will soon recede for good. On that day, the ancient cathedrals, gold-plated paths, and massive generators of Tartaria will return. It will be the end of official history, and the moment humanity finally faces its true, stolen heritage. If this story sparked your curiosity, hit the like button and subscribe for more hidden history. See you in the next one.